Do you see that frame up there? It's not an award that I won. It's not something special, but I believe it is the reason why you're here on this video today. My name is Ryan. In this video, I want to talk about why I can't work a 9 to 5. And maybe you are in a similar situation. You have been frustrated with the current job that you've been working, or maybe you've made the decision to leave your 9 to 5. Nevertheless, I want to share with you, again, my personal experience, why I have this plaque sitting here as a reminder of the fact that I can't work a 9 to 5. And so what this plaque is, right, and on one day, maybe I'll take it down and I'll zoom in on it so you guys can see it specifically. But December 17th, 2020 was the last day that I ever worked for another human being in a traditional job sense. You see, I started my entrepreneurial endeavors probably at, the age of like 8 years old. I started finding different ways to make money for myself. One of the things that I did at an early age is I played in a traveling dance and drum ensemble, and I would get paid from this drum and dance ensemble. And that was one of the ways that I got, started making money. And it was interesting enough, I went to a performing arts high school, and while I was there, my band director, who was a professional musician at the time, one of the things that kind of changed my life and just messed up my mindset of even thinking about being a person who would ever have a job was he was friends with millionaires. And one of the millionaires that he was friends with, this guy, I guess I'll say his name was Howard Stone. He's pretty old, maybe he's passed on, I don't know. But he was a pretty older guy. He had enough money where he could pay for our entire marching band to go on a trip to Vail, Colorado, one of the most expensive cities in the United States, every single year, and he would pay for it out of his own pocket. And when I was 14, one of the things that Howard Stone, he started to mentor my band director, and I think he was trying to help him become a multimillionaire. And I remember my band director, he flipped a house in California, and he made like $160,000 in a month. And just seeing him be excited about the profits that he made, knowing that it was somebody that I knew in real life, that, this person was my same race. He was from pretty much the same type of upbringing, that he made somebody's yearly salary, more than somebody's yearly salary, in a single day. And it kind of just broke my mind. And he would begin to talk to us about, the importance of being able to make your own money and create your own jobs for yourself. And, when I turned 18, I went off to college. I found myself searching on the internet, searching for ways to make money. I had done all like the network marketing programs. I had done all those things, and, I was making money in them. And so I just never really saw like the point of having a job other than having a false sense of security. I think jobs can give you that false sense of security. Yes, you're going to get paid every 2 weeks or every week, depending on what type of job that you have. However, that same job that's paying you stable income can fire you at a moment's notice, especially when you live in a place like Las Vegas. We're at an at-will kind of work state. And so an employer could fire you for any reason. They don't have to have like a really just cause. And there's no real pushback that you can do other than just go try to find another one. And so with all those things, being evident in my mind, I was just searching frantically for an opportunity to be able to make money online. And funny enough, I actually came across a YouTube video that's similar to this that you're watching right now. One of my first mentors, Dennis Carganilla, all the way back in 2007, he was talking about how you could actually use the power of YouTube to make a full-time income. And I watched this scrawny little Asian guy. I think he was, at the time, he couldn't have been more older than like 27, 28 years old. I watched him grow his YouTube channel. In 1 year, he made like $1.7 million, making simple YouTube videos like this. Now this is before, any of the real popular YouTubers But he had a very simple business model where he would just share friendly information that would help people move their lives and their business forward. And some of those people decided to work with him, and he was able to make millions of dollars doing that. And so like this kind of just broke my mind. I'm like, I'll never, go to a job and like waste away so much of my valuable time. So I started a business. I started following the formula that Dennis had laid out, and I was very successful. I created multiple six-figure income for myself. I was one of the fastest growing digital marketers at the time, and even three of my students have become millionaires over the course of the last 15, 16 years. And in 2013, going into 2014, had something drastic happen in my life, in my business, and it was like the cards got moved, right? Like everything started to fall apart in my life. Everything started to go downhill, and I started going down this like depressing spiral of depression. I started drinking. I started going crazy, and I found myself at a 9-to-5 job, having earned hundreds of thousands of dollars, having helped three people become millionaires. I found myself working a regular job, and it was like the most humbling experience of my life. You see, because I went from just being a high school kid to being an entrepreneur. I didn't really have any real job other than I worked at this place called the Annual Fund in college for like 3 months, and that was part-time. I think I worked there probably like a total of like 40 hours, over the course of like 3 months. And so I never knew what it was like to have a 9-to-5 job. And so like when I got into 9-to-5 job, it was just this crazy thing where people were telling me when I could go to the bathroom. People were telling me when I could eat, when I could take a break. And I just felt like a robot, just getting up every single day, doing the same thing, going to work, hearing people tell the same stories, hearing people tell the same lies, experiencing the same politics, the same drama every single day. And it felt like I was like dying on the inside. And I just made this vow to myself, if I could ever figure out how to get back in position, that I would share with people exactly what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, how I'm making money. And here I am. This is the reason why I started this channel. And so going back to this particular event, December 17th, 2020, again, I found myself working for this gentleman, and this was during COVID. And so like during COVID, there were a lot of employers that were making you feel as if, you're lucky to have a job. We at least, we could have fired you. We could have, let you just go on unemployment. And in hindsight, I would have probably made more money on unemployment than keeping this job. But I found myself buying into other people's ideas. Like, I think sometimes one of the reasons why some people don't quit their jobs, and maybe this is what you're experiencing right now, maybe one of the reasons why you haven't quit your job is because like other people value the importance of having a job. Maybe it's your girlfriend, maybe it's your wife, maybe it's your friends. They're trying to pressure you into working a job when you know that genetically, mentally, that you were not designed to work a job, that you have this entrepreneurial spirit inside of you, and you are destined to create things that help move society forward. And this is why you feel that frustration. And so I was going along to get along, I was trying to make the people around me happy, and I was dying on the inside, like literally pretty much every single day. To get through the workday, I would go to the bar at lunch, take 1 or 2 shots, and then come back to work just so I could get through the day. When I worked other jobs before, one of the things I had to do just to cope, I would have split shifts where I would work 2 days on and then take a day off, then work 3 days and then take a day off. Cause like I couldn't get through a full week of working doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. It was like literally sucking the joy out of my life. It was literally sucking the life out of me. And maybe you could relate to that. And so December 17th, 2020, I'm sitting down with my boss. We're at Starbucks, and I didn't go into work that day. I told him, hey, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And I think he thought I was ready to commit suicide. So maybe he was like, oh, let's talk. And I'm like, no, man, I'm talking about the job. I don't think I can work here anymore. And so we started talking. And one of the things I was doing at that particular job is I was working and doing the job of like 4 different people, but I was getting paid for one. And so I was frustrated, overworked, and I just had enough. And so I just asked him as a man, flat out, if you were me, would you work for the same amount of money that you're paying me? And he looked me in my eyes and said, no, but I'm not you. And so it took everything in me not to get up and just punch this guy in the face. It took everything in me not to want to fight him. But what it shared with me, if I don't have enough self-respect for myself to be able to figure out how I can replace this income, then I don't even think I could call myself a man. And so I got up from that table and I let him know, don't worry about my 2 weeks notice. Like, today is the last day that you'll ever see me. And so I walked away from that job, and they made me sign this document saying that I voluntarily left on my own so I couldn't collect unemployment. And sometimes I think life, God will put you in a situation where you have to burn the bridges behind you. I know that if I didn't leave so abruptly, it would be so easy to have gone back and tried to get my job back. But over these last 3.5 years, I've developed a process where I've found a unique way to make money. It's simple as it sounds, from making content on YouTube. No, you don't have to become a famous YouTuber. I have another channel that has like 15,000 subscribers on it. And from that channel, I was able to sustain myself and make a full-time income just from making videos where I was just walking around a park. And I want to continue to show you guys that there's so many different ways that you can make money with video. Just in the last 7 days, from the 2 channels that I have combined, we did $5,000 in sales. And when I say we, I'm talking about me. I don't have any employees right now. It's just me and my wife. My wife helps me with the business. She's my partner. And so that's what I mean when I say we. But I said all that to say, I'm a person who can't work a 9-to-5 job. Maybe you're here on this video because you feel this leading to leave yours. I would just ask you to make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing everything in my power to continue to share with you guys step by step exactly how you can create freedom from just making simple videos just like the one I'm doing right now. There are more people like us than not, and so maybe you have this gut feeling that it's time to leave your job, and maybe this was the confirmation that you needed. I believe that you're smart enough. I believe that you're capable enough to figure it out on your own. But if you are a person who, at this point in this video, you say that you want help, you want guidance, you want accountability to help you to leave your job as fast as humanly possible, we developed an 8-week program where I work with people one-on-one to show them the same plan, the same systems, everything that I'm doing right now to make up to $5,000 in a single week, posting simple videos like this on YouTube. And so if that's you would like to learn more about that, go ahead and text the word LEARN to 702-608-1689. Go ahead and text the word LEARN to 702-608-1689. Again, maybe you're a person who can't work a 9-to-5 job. You're not alone. You can figure this out. We'll get through this together. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.